You are now listening to Tough Tiger Talk Flash Report.
What's up, Tiger Nation? It's Big Q chiming in on with this episode of Tough Tiger Talk. Much love to the Tiger Talk Nation. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the share button, and share the stream on your feed. We're up in this thing. We're going to be talking a little Tigers with you today. And this one's called Every LSU Player Headed for the 2023 NFL Draft. Got a great article. We'll go from LSU Wire that we'll share before we go on there. Trip, please feel free, like I said, to hit the like button, hit the share button, and support the stream. We up in this thing, Tough Tiger Nation. After a fantastic year insofar as the LSU Tigers, about to say Pelican, which I'm a Pelican guy. The Tigers have done a terrific job, building up the team. The first year, a lot of people thought this would be a year in which it'll take some lumps and bruises. And even though we lost a few games in this season, it's still a lot of pluses than minuses. Of course, we lost Walker Howard. We got a report that we're going to talk about him leaving and where a couple of the ideas of where Walker Howard could possibly be going. And we had another terrific transfer portal situation that occurred. We'll recap you of that on another stream as well. So be looking out for those separate reports. So anyway, let's get into this episode and we'll talk about tracking every LSU player who declared for the draft. And of course, once again, another group of LSU people, LSU Tigers headed for the draft, another solid core group of people. So let's get into it as provided by Tyler Natuno from the LSU Wire. Now the Tigers had 10 players that were drafted last year, despite a 6 and 7 year. And though the number probably won't reach quite that high this time, they added some more people that'll be coming up in this upcoming NFL draft. And we started off with the defensive back, Jay Ward, 46 appearances, 23 starts during his 4 years at LSU. Began the 2022 season at a starter at safety before moving to the nickel position. He finished his career with the Tigers with 164 total tackles, 3.5 for loss, 6 picks, 23 pass breakups, and 2 forced fumbles for Jay Ward. A lot of versatility with Jay Ward heading to the draft. And of course, you take a look at, we're going to kind of look at the NFL draftbuzz.com to get more of an insight on where they see some of these players going. And as you can see right here, they got Jay Ward listed right here on the first one. As you can see some of his tangibles, 6'2", almost 190 pounds right there. And they're giving you a little background on where they think that as position ranked, what he is in this upcoming draft. So he does have a Senior Bowl invite, and they give him a rating of 80.4 out of 100, which is not bad. So it's still a lot of time to decide on what goes on with Jay Ward. A lot of experience as a player for LSU, and where he would look to be going in the draft is anybody's concern. But the Senior Bowl will help out players like Jay Ward. So anyway, let's keep it moving as he gives thanks. Next on the list is edge rusher B.J. Ojulari, who decision to declare didn't surprise anybody. Started every game he appeared in the fall, all but one game last season, becoming one of the better edge rushers in the SEC, earning that number 18 jersey this season. His production dropped a bit, but still finished with 16.5 sacks in 34 games, seen as a late round prospect for B.J. Ojulari, as a late round prospect for in the NFL. So you can see right here, I think B.J. Ojulari is going to be fantastic. They got him ranked overall 19th. His position ranked in the defensive line is number 4 there. And he's such a talented player with speed and power that he's going to be interesting for any team to end up getting guys like Ojulari or a Jay Ward. Anyway, let's keep it going. Jaire Jenkins is moving up after 5 seasons of Baton Rouge. He had 1,370 yards, 14 touchdowns during his career. Started 7 games this season. He finished 3rd among receivers with 404 yards, and his 6 receiving touchdowns led the team. So Jaire Jenkins was really big this year for LSU. He did a lot of really positive things for the squad, and big ups to him. And people see him as a late pick in the draft, somewhere after the 4th round. A lot of people are hearing between the 4th and 7th round. That's what they're saying about Jaire Jenkins. Mekhi Gardner, the cornerback, is next. Made most of the one season with LSU, developing into one of the best cornerbacks in the SEC, boosting his draft stock considerably after coming in from Louisiana. He allowed just 24 catches on 54 targets while totaling 43 tackles with 8 pass breakups for Gardner. You see Gardner where he's positioned at here is 6'2", 217. And you can see a lot of this helps them out too. They gave him an 82-point half grade for Gardner, but the issue is also how do they look in they got a Shrine Bowl invite. So how would these guys look in the Shrine and these extra games, like whether it's a Senior Bowl or the Shrine Bowl, or whether or not how they look in the Combine also helps boost the stock. So I think Ward and Gardner should be solid prospects for any team looking to improve their secondary. These guys are good. Okay, Jacqueline Roy didn't become a starter till after his junior season in 22, became a force in the interior of the the defensive line, racking up 49 tackles, 3 of which for a loss. He had a half a sack. Baton Rouge native, she should be able to leverage that into a decent high pick. I don't know high pick would be in for Jacqueline Roy. I don't know exactly where he would fall at in terms of picks. I've seen several sites that have Roy as a guy that could go anywhere after the 4th round. So you have to be turning on what kind of situation to be for Roy. But at the end of the day, a 6'4", 300-pound man should be able to find a spot somewhere in the draft. So somewhere in the draft, but some draft grades have him going a little higher, some at lower. But the most interesting ones I've seen him at after the 4, between the 4 and 6th side of things. So we'll see where he falls at as well. We keep an eye out on him. He had a really good year for us. And of course, wide receiver Keyshawn Butte, who entered the past season with sky high expectations after he was shaping up to be a monster sophomore season, but was cut short after 6 games. He never quite solidified his connection with Jaden Daniels. He finished with just 538 yards and 2 touchdowns on 48 grabs. Despite playing in 11 games, he initially announced that he would return in 23, but he reversed course a few days later and declared for the draft. And this is that tweet: "After careful thoughts and considerations, I will be declaring for the 2023 NFL draft." And there's a lot of rumor mill underneath this about why he switched his decision. That's unconfirmed, but stuff on the street tied to some weird party that occurred. I think y'all knew that already. And that's why they felt like rumor has it, like I said, it's just rumor stuff, that he reversed course because of that decision and what possibly could happen if he had stayed. But Jaden Daniels and Brian Kelly, they tried to get Keyshawn Butte on the same page with each other. They had a little something toward the back end of the season, but very disappointing this season. And it's probably best for Keyshawn to move on because LSU has a new crop of wide receivers that'll be coming in. That'll be we can really have some top-notch wide receiver talent there who won't kind of, hopefully delve off like he did. Anthony Bradford, the big old lineman, played 5 starts in 21 in his 3 years at LSU entering the season, but he started 12 or 13 games this season, mostly at right guard. Versatile lineman. He started 1 game at left and right tackle spots. So he has some versatility there, as well as he has sent his tweet out as he has aspirations to head on into the draft. Other people, cornerback JB Converse is another guy that's on that. So Bernard Converse is one of the top available players in the portal last offseason. After starting 4 years at Oklahoma State, he became a starter in 9 games this season at LSU. Most of that was at corner with a few opportunities at safety. Finished with 44 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 5 pass breakups. So he's on to greener pastures, and good luck to Bernard heading into the draft. And that's the guys right there, family. So Bernard Converse, let's take a look at what he looks like on the draft profile. What kind of grade did they give Bernard Converse here? And there he is right here. Not so much of a high grade for Converse on this one here. 6'1", 205 for him, and they give him a ranking of 69 out of 100. He had that Hulu Bowl invite, the bowl invite that he have. So they give you all this information. His 40 time is 4.43 time right here. So they list him as a 69% grade out of 100 according to this website. So they have his draft projection as an undrafted free agent going into it. So they think Bernard Converse won't be drafted. So that's very interesting as well. Let's take a look at see if Anthony Bradford, what they say about Bradford, and may mention where he falls. And I don't even think they have him listed here. They sure don't have Bradford even up here. All right. So anyway, it's interesting, man, to say the least, but we'll see how it goes. Kayshawn, let's see what Kayshawn is ranked at. He should have a pretty high ranking for the team. I don't even see if they have him on here. So yeah, they didn't update it yet for him to put him on there. But anyway, with that being said, fam, this is what the draft that looks like right now for the LSU Tigers, currently going out of LSU to the draft. And listen, we give them all of the love and respect from the world. These guys had a good season for us. They played well to establish the floor in the first year of the Brian Kelly administration, and we credit them big time for what they do and give them a shout out as we move forward. So what do you guys think? Let's get some feedback from you guys in the comment section below. Let us know, who do you think will be the most impactful player of this group in the NFL? Where do you think these guys fall at? Let me know. Put it in the comment section below and let us know how you feel about that. I'm Big Q. Appreciate y'all joining us for another episode of Tough Tiger Talk. Please feel free to hit the like button. Feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make Tough Tiger Talk one of your favorite LSU podcasts in the nation. With that being said, I'm Big Q. I'm going to get on out. Go Tigers.